Welcome, everyone, to our latest business interview with Brad Sugars, the founder of ActionCOACH. Hi, Brad. How are you today?
Hey, I'm doing great, Andrew. Just back from the gym. You've got me on one of my days off, but because it's you, I decided I'll do the interview anyway. So,
Well, we appreciate it. We appreciate it. So, just give a little background. How did you get started with ActionCOACH back in 1993?
dang, by pure accident, as I think many businesses start, I had a lot of customers that were small business owners in one of my other businesses, and I just started sort of writing newsletters about how to grow your business and, things they could do that would help them grow their business, thinking, this is a good idea for business owners, learn the things that can help grow. And suffice to say, it snowballed from there. I remember Robert Kiyosaki invited me to speak in Hawaii at his business school because he saw what I was doing with my businesses, and I kind of got a bug for that speaking thing, and I enjoyed teaching, and so all of a sudden, the teaching became people saying, "Hey, can you help me?" And I'm like, "No, I don't have time. I'm running my own business. I'm doing a few speaking gigs here and there, and but I'll chat to you for an hour a week and help you out, all right?" And little did I know, chatting to people for an hour a week would turn into this industry called business coaching. But yeah, my original customers were all in Australia and New Zealand at the time, and I very quickly had too many of them, so I decided I got to get some coaches on board to help me with this thing. And here we are now, 54 countries. Coaches everywhere, and a lot of fun doing it, sort of thing. But it gives me the pleasure to be sort of like the example to a lot of our customers in that, my business runs without me, so I get to be casual and relax a little bit these days.
And be going to the gym at 1:30 in the afternoon on Wednesday, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, well, I have twin babies. I have 4 kids, so twin 1-year-olds, so I like hanging out with them a little bit.
Oh, it's fun. So, in that time, since 1993 and the other business you've run, what were some of the challenges you've come across? Because I know you started young, and
Yeah, look, I think I've been through every single business challenge there is, from where you have cash shortfalls to employees taking money to employees. I think most business problems boil down to 3 categories. One is the wrong people or the wrong management of the right people. People are either your greatest asset in business or they're your biggest challenge, and I see it far too often where they become the biggest challenge. And learning how to manage and how to lead, because most business people they've read they've read so many books on leadership these days that it's crazy, but they've never read a book on management. So I think learning to manage and learning to lead was probably overcame most of those challenges. Second biggest challenge is obviously a marketing or sales challenge in business. You've got only so a business can solve all its problems if it's got money. So if you've got sales and you got marketing, you can solve most problems. But if you don't have sales running and you don't have marketing running, then it's very difficult. So, I think that, learning sales and learning marketing fixed most of the second level of problems. And then the third challenge is just stuff. Things that come up unexpectedly, when you have an office burned down, or I remember in one of my businesses, a pizza business, and one of our competitors, they didn't cook the meat on their pizza, and they were fresh pizzas that we supplied to supermarkets, and so it caused salmonella poisoning, and so all of a sudden, every pizza manufacturer in the whole market was put out of business, and it's like that. It wasn't even our problem. So, stuff happens in business, buddy, and you just gotta overcome and move on. If running your own business was easy, everybody would do it.
oh, it would. So while you're going through those problems, I know a lot of the clients I coach are having problems in their business, and it always seems to trickle over into the family life. Did you ever experience any of that sort of thing?
Look, I have a really great ability to switch off at the end of the day. It's why I started, I forget when, but gosh, it's got to be 15, 20 years ago now. I started writing a list at the end of every day of what I needed to achieve tomorrow so that I could actually switch off and go home.
Mm.
And I kind of think also it's a bit of an Australian thing that we learn that business is to provide for family life, not the other way around type thing. It's that sort of a thing. But I find that if you can't separate and be where you're at, like when I'm with my kids, I want to be with my kids. I don't want to be thinking business, thinking work. When I'm at work, though, I want to be thinking work and thinking business. So, I think that's a key attribute of great entrepreneurs, to be where you're at and not let each thing sort of flow into the other. But then again, some of the days when I have great stuff happen at work, I come home in such a great mood that great stuff happens at home. So, it's a double-edged sword, I guess.
It really is. I was actually talking to a client this afternoon about that very thing, and I was telling him, look, you may need to stop doing some things in order to get the success you want in your business.
Yeah, Andrew, I cannot agree with you more. Most business people, it's not about what they need to do, it's about what they need to stop doing. Too many business people suffer from the superhero complex. They're Superman or Wonder Woman. They got to do everything. An employee makes a mistake, they jump in and try and fix it rather than educating the employee so the employee can do it next time type thing. So, yeah, buddy, I couldn't agree more. I know for me, I had to learn to let go of stuff. It's, like I love marketing. I love marketing, and I go into my office and I want to jump on the marketing manager and tell them my 27 latest, greatest ideas type thing. And it's like, sometimes you got to learn to let go. And in other words, and when I first read Tim Ferriss's book, The 4-Hour Work Week, I thought, geez, 4 hours, that's a lot. I say that facetiously because some weeks I work 70, 80 hours a week when I'm on the road doing some seminars, but most of the weeks I work, 1 or 2 hours a week type thing. So, it's that way around.
Oh, that's always neat. I was talking to that same client about that, and I mentioned to him, I said, it's a lot easier to say no to stuff when you know what your actual purpose in life is. Everything geared towards a single purpose for you. So for you, what would you narrow that single focus for your entire life into?
Look, you've got to separate that again, because you've got to separate your business life and your family life. Obviously, family is the priority, and business's aim is to provide time, energy, and resources so that you can live the family life you want and live the friends life that you want. I think that's an important distinction. I think that within each business, and my challenge is I run multiple companies, so each business has to have its own separate purpose and separate identity so that it can survive without me and it has its own value. I wrote a vision when I first started ActionCOACH, which really is a core of my being, and that is world abundance through business re-education. Create an abundant world by re-educating business owners. Create an abundant world by getting business people to hire more people, because business is the more. Andrew, like you think about it, one of your clients, you wrote a thing the other day about one of your clients who's employed a bunch more people, and there's a gal who gave you a testimonial this morning who's employed a bunch more people. You think about it, every time they add 5, 10 employees, all of a sudden now there's 5 or 10 more customers for every other business in the marketplace, so they've got to add more employees, and it's a more thing. So that's really the core focus for me, the world abundance through business re-education from a business side. From a family side, it's all about having fun times and giving my family and myself the experiences that you can't buy experiences. Like, I was discussing with my wife the other day, taking the kids out of school for a couple of days because we were in Hawaii watching the whales as they swim by on Kona and swimming with turtles. Swimming with turtles and stuff, and at night we're going through the book, looking at all of the fish that we've seen that day. I kind of think they learn more by that experience than they did if they sat in school and looked at a picture of the fish. So, life is about people say life's about balance. I think it's more about a harmony. It's about creating harmony in your life as to what works for you.
Oh, that's great you said that. It was actually the very words I used with my client just this afternoon, was saying it's not about balance. You can't work 40 hours a week, be with your family 40 hours a week, sleep 40 hours a week, and be by yourself 40 hours a week. It's what's harmony for you. It opens it up to a personal situation for each person to figure out what the best harmony is for them in their life and how they want to live.
Absolutely. You look at great sports people and what they achieve in their life, and people say, "Oh, it's about balance." I've never met an Olympic athlete that had any balance.
Hmm.
Maybe on the balance beam in gymnastics, but the reality is their life is entirely skewed. But they're doing what they want to do. I mean, there's
Hmm.
this whole I don't know what it is, but people seem to live their life by other people's opinions rather than what they actually choose they want to do. It's what was that movie with Julia Roberts where she couldn't decide the eggs, The Runaway Bride?
Oh,
Decide how you like your own eggs type thing, and do it that way. Decide what you like in life. Try as many things as you can. Pick what you like. And the same's true for business. You got to decide what type of customer you like. You got to decide what type of employee you like. You got to decide what way you want to run your business. And I know some people love running their business where they're the core linchpin of the business, and that's great until you get sick. But if that's the way you want to run it, then run it that way.
so in all of your experience, because I know we're down about 5 minutes here, if you could narrow it down to your top two strategies, your go-tos for anything anybody ever wants to get into, what would you say those were?
Now, are you talking marketing strategies or overall business?
Overall business and life, kind of general go-to strategies.
Let me separate the two then. Overall business, I would say overall business, the number one thing is leverage. Do the work once, get paid multiple times, or even forever. So if you can work leverage into each scenario, like a product that is leveraged or a service that is leveraged, where you get a customer once, they buy long term. The owner's job in business is leveraged work, not day-to-day work. So if you work once and get paid once, you're out of business type thing. You can't work that hard. You got to do the work once, it gets paid long term. Things like employing staff, training them, planning, systemization, new products, marketing, sales. These get customers once and buy long term. So leverage would be the core when it comes to business, and wealth. I mean, wealth is all about leverage. It's why I love investing in real estate. I buy a house once and I get paid forever on that thing. I only ever have to buy it once. I only have to work one time and I get paid back for the rest of my life. In fact, my kids and grandkids and great-grandkids, or the great-grandkids will probably mess it up and sell it. But, I'll be well dead by then, so it won't matter. So leverage would be one of the absolute fundamental cores. The next would probably be people skills, be that leadership, your ability to interact with people. Business would be so easy if you didn't have to interact with people. If you get good with people, everything in life becomes real easy. You got to have, like having friends, having family. You got to be good with people. You want to be good at business? It's all about people. It's all relationships. It's all that sort of stuff. So, I would guess that know the strategy, but also understand how to work with people. That's probably a key driver to success anywhere in life.
Oh, those are wonderful tips. So as we round out then, what would probably be a great life tip for someone looking to go into business or having a business who's hit a wall? What would you recommend they do?
Look, let's separate that into two. One, if you're looking to go into business. If you're looking to go into business, learn about how to buy a business. My book, Billionaire in Training, goes into a lot of detail on that. But most people getting into business for themselves, the problem is you've never done it before. So you don't know actually what to look for. You don't know. I have some very basic fundamental rules around being in business. One of them, it's got to have repeat business. If it doesn't have repeat business, don't go into that business. It's got to have high margins. If it doesn't have good profit margins, don't go into that business. These are some of the basic core fundamentals that good business people or entrepreneurs look for when they're looking to buy a company or looking to start a business. If I was to talk to business people that were in business and give them some major tips, like start running your business, stop letting it run you. Too many business people I meet, the staff run the business, or it kind of runs them ragged. I got an
Not sure what happened there. Something just froze up.
email just the other morning, very bluntly at one of the workshops we were having, because education is a fundamental key to great success in business. If you're having a problem with something, learn about it, and this guy said to me, he said, Brad, I don't know why I'm having trouble in my business. I said, it's real simple. It's because you're the biggest wimp I've ever met. Your staff push you around. Your customers push you around. You don't run your business. It's like it's like you have a job and you work for all these other people. Run your business. Be the boss. Don't. And you watch it on TV, Andrew. Anytime you get those TV shows where there's someone having struggles in business, they're just they don't run their business. They're not in charge of it. They're just sort of sitting back going, oh, I hope it gets better. You know, and that, back to that education point. Look, nothing cannot be solved without education. You know, if you want more education, you'll get better at something. I coached my eldest girl's soccer team, and you know, one of the kids says to me the other day, we're learning laces kicks, or kicking off the front of your foot, and she said to me, Coach, I'm no good at this. I said, really? How many have you done? She said, I've done 5. I said, well, when you've done 100, come back and tell me if you're any good at it. Until you've done 100 of it, don't even ask me. It's like a business owner probably 2-3 months ago said to me, I'm no good at telemarketing. I said, really? How many books on telemarketing have you read? He said, I haven't read any. I said, how many training courses on telemarketing have you been to? He said, I haven't been to any training courses. How many times have you practiced telemarketing? Have you show me the script you use? He said, I don't have a script. Well, if you're not going to learn it, you're not going to practice it, don't expect to be good at it. And it drives me nuts that business people think they should be good at something even though they've never had any training, never had any practice. And hence why we are mentors. You know, business owners are too busy to learn most of the stuff. They need a mentor who already knows it, who can help them out on a, you know, hey, what do I need to do for this? Do this and this and this. Or, yeah. So I've tried to be as quick as I can and as simple as I can.
I think that's great advice, and for everyone watching, make sure you not only take what was said, actually apply it to your life and your business. You will see results. And as always, if you want to know more about Action Coach, the link to the Action Coach website will be down in the description, so make sure you check that out. Brad, thank you so much for your time. I know it's going to be a great help for business owners.
Buddy, great to be here on my day off. I love chatting with you, and thanks, and congrats on the success you're having with your clients right now. Really enjoying watching them grow and the results they're getting.
Well, thank you. I do appreciate that. Bye.